Animation memes are interesting little creations made by animators all around the world. Usually they are very short and feature animations synced up to music. However, I feel like most of them have certain problems that no one seems to address. Now, for this entire video, I must stress that this is my opinion, which means if you like animation memes or if you make animation memes, that's fine. I will not think of you as less of a human being or something stupid like that. The first thing that I want to talk about is the actual animation of these memes. And the best I can say about it is that it's mediocre. And this is pretty much the case for most of them. Most feature about 2 or 3 frames per second and that's about it. To me, this is just kind of bland, especially since most of the time there's just a creature standing directly in front of you and moving randomly. There are no interesting angles or intriguing movements or anything like that. I mean, it would be nice to see some more experimental animation here and there, but overall, the ones I've seen so far are just boring to me. But that's not the biggest problem I have with animation memes. No, my biggest problem is with the subject matter. By that I mean 99%, and I am not kidding with this number, from the ones I've seen, 99% of animation memes are exact clones of 2 types of animations. Let's do a breakdown of what I'm talking about. So we start off with an OC, because, you know, we have to cram in our OCs into something. I mean, what else are we going to do with them besides role-playing, am I right? And this OC begins to dance or move in some way. Keep in mind this is usually paired up with obnoxious music. And then one of 2 things happen. Either at first, it's all happy and carefree, and then suddenly, when the music changes for a few seconds, boom, it turns all edgy and dark. Happy and carefree, edgy and dark. Happy and carefree, edgy and dark. And the second thing that can happen is your character just sort of dances in the same spot and that's about it. Now loop this 4 or 5 times and then ta-da, you have your full animation meme. Here's an example that I found because I just want to show this to you. Here's one scene of the animation meme. Okay? Now take that exact same scene and imagine it repeated about 8 times. That is this video. I'm not kidding, even when the music changes, they just use half of that scene and loop it some more. This has 200,000 views. This is my biggest problem. So many of these animation memes are incredibly repetitive and stale that I honestly don't understand how people enjoy most of them. Now there are some rare exceptions to this. For example, this animation meme, where the character actually does a lot of different things and even has some visual storytelling. But besides these few, the vast majority of animation memes are the same. And when these videos are only a minute long at most, it's kind of disappointing that so many are the exact same crap. It's extreme repetition that really kills these things. The animation doesn't even have to be that good. Like I stated before, that's not my biggest problem. What I'm concerned about is that no one seems to try anything new or different. There is very little variation. Now I know that if you have made it this far, then you are probably pissed at what I have said, and are going to go down in the comments and tell me exactly why I'm wrong about everything. And I know this is going to happen because it seems that whenever someone gives even the slightest hint of criticism to artists, especially animators, people get really angry. In fact, I've gathered and summarized lots of arguments thrown at others who have made videos on this same subject, and decided to respond to them in this video. Now, the #1 comment I've seen by far is this. Animation is hard. Animation is hard. Animation takes a while. It takes so difficult. Don't you understand? People? Lots of things in life are hard. I understand that animation is especially difficult and tedious and can take years. But just because something is difficult doesn't mean you can't criticize it. And the second comment I've seen is this. Well, these animation memes are just for fun and practice. So why exactly can't I comment negatively on something that is meant for fun? Most artists draw for fun. Does that mean I can't give advice? Also, this practicing thing. Now, I'm no animator, but I feel like if you were to practice animation, you would probably go out of your comfort zone and animate things that are a bit more unique and challenging. I would imagine that if you were to practice, you wouldn't animate this static figure in the center of the video for the entire video. Now, I want to make one thing clear. I do not hate animation memes as a whole. I think the idea is pretty interesting, and I will admit it takes more effort than what most YouTubers put into their content nowadays. However, I still think there is room for improvement. Anyway, my name is Solar Sands, and Goodbye.